Hello and welcome to Costa Chatter News. Lots going on Costa as usual. Well, I can tell you we're going to have rain Friday and Saturday. Weather's been so up and down. But from Sunday it's going to be up to 21 degrees and sunshine all week. So hopefully that's the sort of end of the rain for us. I've posted up events, as I always do every Wednesday, that are going on Coast, and I get always a big response, so take a look at that. I've also posted up underneath this video Costa Property of the Week. I visited it last week and I was so impressed. I put it up as Property of the Week. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath apartment in Calahonda. That will have a transferable tourist license. But what really was amazing about it was that it was 161 square meters at 435,000, and it had the most beautiful private courtyard on the ground floor and very close to the beach. Very, very hard to get that with a license so close to the beach. So take a look at that anyway. So, in local news, this is interesting. And I didn't want to forget the Water's Edge in Gastropub in Fungirola Port, right on the port, is opening today. And I really, really wanted to wish them the best of luck. I'll come and say hi this weekend for sure. Right, here we go. Olive Press has reported Spain is ramping up its rural 5G rollout with the aim to bring faster internet to remote places, forming part of Spain's digital agenda. I think this is really good news for inland properties. There's a lot of people are struggling here to rent, and with prices going up on the coast. This is really good news for villages and rural areas, so some good news. Also in good news, Irish-German actor Michael Fassbender is going to be filming here in the summer. I was just thinking, a very appropriate place to film here. It's going to be the night boat to Tangier. They'll be filming in Malaga, and it's a crime thriller about Irish gangsters. Anyway, in very important news for not just Spain, Costa del Sol, but the entire world. I've been watching avidly what's been happening in the Middle East. And I'm going to start with some of the quotes that Sanchez partially has said. He's taken a strong stance against the war in Iran. Firstly, saying the government of Spain will not applaud those who set the world on fire just because they show up with a bucket. His latest quote regarding Israel continuing to attack Hezbollah in Lebanon even after the ceasefire. He's said the Israeli strikes on Lebanon after the US-Iran ceasefire demonstrate an intolerable contempt for human life and international law. Now, I want to go back quite a few months to what I said on Costa del Sol Chatter, and I went into the history of Netanyahu. He is a real hardliner, and he will continue attacking for sure. And you have to look at his history, and I talked about this. His brother was one of the only one, well, he was the only one that was a victim in the Entebbe raid. Now, what I find interesting is that he has never been able to persuade Obama or Biden to enter into a war against Iran, but he's actually managed to do it with Trump. I predict that this ceasefire is just a pause, but I always am hopeful and optimistic that, you know, they're just poles apart. Now, this absolutely ignited the world's media and myself, I have to say. Trump usually does that with his rhetoric, but this particular sentence, I think, is sort of pivotal and will be remembered in history. When he said before the ceasefire regarding Iran that a whole civilization will die tonight. Now, that's not an attack on the regime. That is an attack on the ordinary people of Iran. But not only that, going back in history, Persian civilization, Persian-Iranian civilization has been going for over 2,500 years and has managed many attacks. And what an ill-educated, absolutely ill-educated remark from him, for sure. Anyway, an MI6 expert has called Trump a man of uncertainty. What I will say is that his power is going to be stopped very shortly in November with the midterm elections, November 2026. This is going to keep continuing. He's going to keep losing voters. His voting is at an all-time low. You know, his power is going to be cut off shortly. And there is, I don't think, any chance of him winning the 2028 election. Anyway, on to Chattercretin. And no, it's not Trump, and it's not funny. Olive Costa reports that a Mihas policeman involved in a €9 million money laundering ring was caught. I think it was, hold on a minute. Yeah, it was at a Costa del Sol toll booth with 65,000 cash in his car. Well, the Guardia Civil have fired him, but just goes to show you the amount of corruption here. Very worrying indeed. Anyway, for Chatter Chuckle, my favourites. I mean, the Iranian embassies all around the world have actually been putting out quite funny, sarcastic tweets, yeah, mocking Trump. And I've put some of them up. But and I think actually, to be fair, this time Trump was joking, but he actually said that he was going to run for president of Venezuela and he was going to learn Spanish. Well, you know what? Do us all a favour. Apart from the fact I've never actually heard him utter a foreign word in my life, but all I can say is, buena suerte, Donaldito. Have a great weekend. And I hope the sun comes out on Sunday. Thank you and goodbye.